My name is Beth Hiley here for Board Game Geek TV at Gen Con 2014. I'm sitting down with Robert Burke. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Of Robert Burke Games.
Yes.
I know, no trouble remembering that company name.
No, I couldn't think anything.
But you've brought us the second of two games that you are showing here at Gen Con, and this is Operation F.A.U.S.T.
Operation F.A.U.S.T.
I think that's a game I'm pretty much never going to be able to say unless I say it that way.
That's awesome. That's exactly what I'm looking for.
Perfect. Does it stand for something?
It
Since
does.
It is?
It stands for Fine Art, Underground, Stolen Treasures.
Even better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad I asked that. I wasn't expecting an answer to that, so that's even better. All right, so Operation F.A.U.S.T. What do we do?
So Operation F.A.U.S.T. is a bluffing game. I'm a huge fan of bluffing games, especially fast bluffing games that you can play at the end of a game night with a whole lot of people. Like this supports up to 8 players.
Nice.
So at the end of the game night, when you want to relax and have fun and just laugh, this is the kind of game it is. But a lot of those bluffing games, I had some issues with them. I don't like player elimination, so I really wanted to do one that kept everybody in the game the whole time. So that was really a design goal here. But it's got all those bluffing elements. So instead of like losing life for that, you've got this intelligence, these intelligence tokens, which is really like the currency. So the game takes place during World War II. It's in occupied France, and you are trying to save priceless works of art before the Third Reich loots them. So it's famous paintings, the Mona Lisa, you've got all these famous paintings here. There's the Mona Lisa there. So you are trying to find out where the valuable paintings are. You're trying to gain that information. You're trying to get that painting and be the first to get to $1 million in black market value. When you do that, you win the game. So to get a painting, you need to gain 10 intelligence. Then you know where the painting is and you can get one of those paintings. So there's a bunch of roll cards. The paintings, I must say as well, there's degenerate art and there's forgeries. Degenerate art is art Hitler did not like. Hitler did not like modern art. He referred to it as degenerate. So there are certain cards that the degenerate cards are more easily confiscated by other players. About half of them are degenerate. Forgeries, you cannot win the game with a forgery. Unless,
you lose all credibility.
That's right. Unless you have a forged document card that you can buy with Intel. That will cover up one forgery and make it count. So we've got that in the game. The roll cards, there's only 5 rolls in the game. We've got the Spy, and the Allies, and the Double Agent, and the French Resistance. And you got to say French Resistance.
French Resistance. Yeah, I was waiting for that.
That happens a lot in this game. And then the Art Dealer. So every card, there's a number here that tells you how many cards of that type roll are in the game.
I'm seeing that seems to be repeated on this handy player guide.
And this player guide is important because this is going to tell you what you can lie about. Like, if you don't have a double agent, you might want to lose them and you can lie about it and say, I have a double agent, I'm going to take 3 intel from you. And if you're challenged and lose, you have to give that player half of your intelligence rounded up. And then the ability actually goes through if they actually had the card. So that intel is kind of a currency that's going to be passed around the table. But it tells you how many cards are in the game. It has a hand ability. The hand ability just means that if I use that ability, like the Spy lets me secretly look at artwork, then I can keep it in my hand and keep using it every turn. If I use the table ability, I have to place the card face down and do the ability, and then it gets discarded.
Okay.
Right. But you always get the draw back up to 2. You can never go below 2. So you have a choice on each of these rolls. Do you want to use the hand ability or the table ability? One thing I love about the game is all the research I've gotten to do on this. I've really fallen down the rabbit hole, and I've all the pictures here. This was an actual British spy. Her name was Violet Sabo. Incredible. She was killed in a Nazi concentration camp. I mean, it's very sad, but the story, just being able to bring these historical figures back to life through the game, I just really love that.
And we were talking, even as a prototype, are you going to be able to get the photo rights for these? That you can actually have the photo of her?
Yeah, these photos are all public domain because they were taken by government officials. So if a government official takes the photo, then it's public domain. So that was awesome. But this guy was awesome. That's Garbo. He was a Spanish. He went to the British, wanted to be a spy, and they turned him down 3 times. So he went into Germany independently and said, hey, I know all this stuff about the British. So Germany made him a spy, but he did it to double cross
Oh,
them.
wow.
So he is the only person in World War II that was decorated on both sides by the British and the Germans. He won the Iron Cross, and was decorated by the British as well.
It's so nice to get a little bit of history with your fun, lighter bluffing games. Well
Exactly.
done.
There's no reason you can't have real history in
Right,
light bluffing
absolutely.
games. And that's what I wanted to do, is kind of bring the two together a little bit. So I've had a lot of fun with that. But really, when you're playing the game, it's a lot of ribbing, and it's a lot of accents, and it's a lot of calling people out because you know they're lying. It's being caught in a lie. It's like, it's kind of, if you like that kind of bluffing game, social game, then that's what it's all about, really.
How long would a game take you?
Oh, the game, it's 30 minutes. It's 30 minutes, even with up to 8 players. So 3 to 8 players. Dynamics change a little bit depending on the number of players, right? Because if there's more players, more people might be able to call you out,
Yeah.
right? So it changes a little bit, but I think it works very well on all the different player counts.
I gotta say, this was one that wasn't on my radar before sitting down with you, and I'm like salivating over here. Like, I really wanted this game.
Well, very excited. I'm working with Gray Fox Games on this one, and this is a prototype right now. We've been through a whole bunch of iterations, and the blind play testing, we're through that. So we're probably looking at a Kickstarter for this one in October or November timeframe.
So coming up pretty soon. Well, Robert, thank you for bringing us 2 brilliant games to come look at today.
Thanks for having me. I've enjoyed
absolutely. And have a fun Gen Con.
Awesome. Thank you.